Hello friends, I'm Professor M. Masoom Raza, Department of Library Information Science, AMU Aligarh. So in the previous lecture, we have seen different schools of management. We have seen what the scientific management approaches, and today we'll be discussing Neoclassical management approach. So, so every approach is different, and the job of the library is to understand the principles or the implications of these approaches, management schools, and if it can be applied in our libraries for any betterment, for effectiveness, for efficiency. So this is the one reason for studying all the implications uh, or the different schools of management, and so that ultimately we can gain something from all these principles, and we can apply those principles in general, which will ultimately lead to the better output of the library. So this new classical management approach, this is, as you can see, it has got two different schools. One is human relations schools, and second is behavioral school. So this approach has a different version as compared to the earlier approaches. So we can see how this approach is different from the other approach. So basically, the Hawthorne experiments conducted by Elton Mayo at the Western Electric Company from 1924 to 1932. They are central to human relations movement in management. The experiments aimed to understand factors affecting worker efficiency. So Mayo discovered that elements like employee morale, group dynamics, social interactions, and management style had a substantial impact on productivity. And these findings challenged traditional theories, highlighting the need to consider social and psychological aspects in organizational management. The Hawthorne experiment played a crucial role in shaping the human relations movement, prompting a shift towards prioritizing employee well being, motivation, and satisfaction in management practices. The Human Relations School of Management emerged in the early to mid 20th century as a theoretical approach that emphasized understanding and managing interpersonal relationships within the organization. It evolved in response to the limitations of earlier classical management theories, which prioritized rationality, efficiency, and hierarchical structures, often neglecting the human aspect of work. So, the Human Relations School emphasized the significance of factors such as employee motivation, job satisfaction, group dynamics, and leadership style in influencing organizational performance. It highlighted the idea that satisfied and motivated employees are more productive, and that effective management involves paying attention to the social and psychological needs of the worker. So, in the earlier approaches, we have seen the more important philosophy was not revolving around the human relations. So the idea was just to get the output, just see the manpower, and just to see the satisfaction. But here, the more important is that this whole philosophy or the whole approach revolves around the human behavior. So it considers human relation as more important than any other aspect of the management. So overall, the human relations schools contributed to a greater understanding of the human side of organizations and influenced management practices by emphasizing the importance of treating employees as valuable assets and creating supportive work environments. And it led to the foundation of later theories such as participative empowerment and organizational development. So this was the idea of human relations school. Now we'll see what the behavioral school has to say. So, the another school under a neoclassical management approach is a behavioral school, and this acknowledges the profound influence of group dynamics and interpersonal relationships on human behavior in organizational settings. This perspective integrates insights from sociologists, psychologists, underscoring the importance of treating individuals and their interactions as integral component of the broader social system. While human relations theory delves into individual morale, behavior science directs attention to workers' social connections and roles within the organization. So, motivation models proposed by Herzberg and Vroom, building upon the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, highlight the significance of self actualization in fostering management development. Scholars like McGregor emphasize that individuals who have achieved self actualization can make meaningful contribution to the organizational growth. Unlike earlier theories, the behavioral sciences scholars emphasize the importance of employees finding fulfillment in their work rather than complying out of obligation. This approach fosters a sense of personal investment in one's job and promotes a supportive and congenial work environment. Employees are encouraged to see themselves as essential contributors to the organization's progress. So, this is yet another approach, that is modern management approach. So, the modern management approach, you can see this has got four theories. This modern management approach, the diagram shows it has got system theory, it has got contingency theory, it has got management science, and it has got organizational humanism. So, just we'll see one by one. Basically, what this modern management approach is, this modern theory of management encompasses various school of thoughts that have evolved over time to address the complexities of contemporary organizational environments. And these school of thoughts emphasize different aspects of management, philosophy, methodology, and practice. So we'll just see one by one what are these different theories. So first, the system approach. This is also known as systems school, is amongst the most widely accepted theoretical framework in modern management. And it defines a system as a collection of interconnected elements that interact among themselves and with their environment or surroundings. So, the crucial aspect of a system lies in the interactions among its elements, which give rise to a dynamic and integrated whole. Furthermore, if a system is open, it engages in continuous interaction with its environment, both influencing and being influenced by it. When dissected, a system reveals the presence of numerous subsystems, each contributing to the functioning of the larger whole. Similarly, an organization can be viewed as one such subsystem within a broader environment context, and this perspective highlights the interconnectedness and interdependence of various elements within an organization, as well as the reciprocal relationship between the organization and its external environment. By understanding and managing these relationships, organizations can adapt and thrive in dynamic and ever-changing environment. So this was basically the system approach, and this was, as I told you, this is also known as the systems school. So second approach is contingency approach. So this is again the modern management approach to organizational theory, and this emphasizes the dynamic interaction with the environment and situational factors influencing organizational design. Two significant lines of thought focus on technology and the environments are the key situational factors. Technology refers to the techniques organizations use for transforming inputs into outputs. The management ecology concept highlights the complex interaction between individuals, organizations, and their environments. The contingency approach asserts that there is no universal best way to manage, and effective management varies with each situation. It stresses the importance of analyzing situational factors and adapting managerial approaches accordingly. So, the approach has features such as contingency factor, influencing management, actions, the integration of organizations with their environments, and the need for situation specific actions. So, contingency theory provides a practical framework for studying organizational components and their interrelationships, linking theory to practice, introducing organizational changes, and maintaining dynamic equilibrium. It is widely applicable and considered a refreshing perspective in management literature. So, Fred E. Fiedler's contingency theory asserts that there is no universally superior leadership style that is suitable for every situation. Managers must employ varied leadership styles based on the specific circumstances. This is because a leadership approach that proves effective in one situation may not yield the same positive result in the different context. So, in response to this perceived gap, the contingency school of thought aims to address the need for adaptive management practices by suggesting actions that should be taken in response to environmental events or changes. Rather than prescribing a one size fits in all approach, contingency theory advocates for flexibility and responsiveness in management strategies, recognizing that the effectiveness of actions depends on the unique circumstances of each situation. By aligning management actions with the contingencies of the environment, organizations can enhance their ability to navigate and thrive in dynamic and uncertain conditions. So, this is all about the contingency approach. So, one should be prepared for any type of situation, and the leadership changes according to the situation. Third is the management science. So, this quantitative management or the management science, basically, a management science approach is also referred to as the mathematical school because it involves the use of mathematical models and quantitative techniques to analyze and solve management problems. So, this mathematical model approach emphasizes the creation and use of mathematical models to represent various aspects of management, such as decision making, resource allocation, and optimization. And the quantitative technique, which involves the quantitative management that relies on various quantitative methods and techniques, including statistical analysis, linear programming, simulations, and other mathematical tools. These techniques help in making decisions based on data and quantitative information. And third tool in this category is logical and consistent. The use of mathematical symbols and models provides a logical and consistent framework for understanding and solving complex management problems. So it allows for a systematic and objective analysis of issues. So the primary focus of quantitative management is problem solving. It aims to address complex managerial problems by expressing them in mathematical terms and then using quantitative techniques to find optimal solutions. The use of mathematical symbols may seem technical. It provides a precise and standardized way to communicate complex ideas among individuals who may not have in-depth understanding of management concepts but can interpret mathematical representations. So the ultimate goal of this approach is often optimization, where mathematical models are used to find the best possible solution to a given problem, considering constraints and objectives. So this is how this is science, school of science approaches any problem. Means uh, try to draw the mathematically or analyze quantitatively and use those mathematical symbols and then try to interpret the best way to solve a problem. So the last part of it, that is organizational humanism. So we can see here this basically approach. This is self-actualization, and it is normally believed that the individuals have innate uh, needs for self-actualization and the creative expression at work and their personal lives. So this also, so here it motivates the employee behavior. So employees are considered the primary self-motivated organizational humanism. So this is again one of the school, and under this modern management approach, and three things are more important here: the self-actualization, motives of the employee behavior. Three things are important here. One is self-actualization, number two, motives, and third, employee behavior, and fourth, integration of goals. So basically, the organization should focus on this human behavior because individuals are considered to possess innate needs for personal fulfillment, that is called self-actualization. So they need satisfaction at both places. So then only they can be creative, and the creative expression is visible at work and in their personal lives also. And then again, coming to the second one, employees are normally considered primarily self-motivated, and they seek opportunities for self-actualization whenever they get the chance and whenever their needs are fulfilled, basic needs are fulfilled, they move to the other ladder as given by the Herzberg, and ultimately if they are motivated, so definitely that is reflected in their deeds and activities. So third aspect is the integration of goals. So you can see here, the contrary to the traditional views, the organizational humanism basically, this suggests that employees, whenever allowed for self-actualization, naturally aligns their personal goal with those of their organization. So if you give chance to any employee to grow, so normally it will link his personal growth and the organization's growth. So this is how the approach or the organizational humanism advocates that every employee should be free to improve himself, and he should have a motive and he should react in such a way that if the employees remains motivated and he moves towards self-actualization, and if he is in a position to integrate his goal, personal goal, with the organization's goal, so that is a optimum output can be delivered, or the employee will be in a position to give the maximum or optimum output. Thank you. So organizational humanism uh, is basically the extension of neoclassical behavior theory, focuses on recognizing and fulfilling the human needs and potential of employees. So the three principles are important in the organizational humanism. One is self actualization, where individuals are believed to possess innate needs for personal fulfillment and creative expression at work and their personal lives. Second most important principle is motives and employees' behavior. So, employees are considered primarily self motivated for self actualization, reacting negatively to externally imposed controls. And third most important principle is integration of goals. So, just contrary to the traditional views, the organizational humanism suggests that employees, when allowed to self actualize, naturally aligns their personal goals with those of organization. So, the ultimate use of personal skills. So, another principle is ultimate use of personal skills. So, this philosophy centers on creating work environments that enable individuals to fully utilize their skills, talents, and creativity, fostering self actualization and contributing to organizational success.